So this is the day in a life of an ADHD dizzle. I'm going to share with you my day, right? And the intention of this is just to be able to show you what matters to me most in terms of the lifestyle business that I've created for myself around ADHD, right? So just dropped my daughter off at the bus stop, and I'm now in this area here is where the park is, right, next to the bus stop, and it's coming up to 9, right? So how let me just first tell you what I did this morning before. So I'm looking at my watch now. I've done about 7K steps today. I'll kind of do a video in a moment and show you how many steps I've done so far. But basically what I did is I woke up around 4 this morning, 4-ish. It was actually 4:44, actually, funny enough. It's one of those numbers that is an interesting number that. So I woke up basically around 4:44, jumped in the shower, and then I got ready to, I had a coffee, and then I walked out, and I'd done about an hour walk. It was about an hour, I ended up walking. And then I came back. Actually, did I have a coffee before I left? I can't remember if I had a coffee before or after, right? But basically, I hydrated myself as well before leaving the house. But what I was doing is when I was walking, I was listening to some training from my mentor, because there's obviously some training where I want to obviously incorporate some of the stuff into my life now, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing a walk in the morning to listen to that while I'm walking. So I'm getting my steps in, but I'm listening to high level training, right? And the training was about leverage, which is very important for me right now, because what I'm doing as an individual is working, but there's going to come a point where I'm going to need a team of people that are going to help me to keep that going consistently. So obviously I'm going through that training right now. And yeah, it's a very good way to start my day. Like normally I used to say I'm not going to listen to anything or be influenced by anything in the mornings. That was kind of like a thing for me. But then what I realized is that when it comes to consumption, it's consuming as much as you can of high level thinkers. And this is a high level training. Like this is a very, very expensive program, right? And everything I'm hearing from it is really good for me to start the day with, because it just really drills into my brain what's important, what their priorities are, right? So what I'm going to be basically doing now is going back. So obviously, like I said, it's come up to 9. So my work day starts basically at 9. I'm going to dive into my computer now so I can show you how I prepare for that deep work session, what I'm going to actually do in the deep work session, how the rest of the day is going to pan out through my dashboard. I'll just show you there. And then, yeah, and then it's obviously for the video. So, yeah.
Yeah, so as you can see here, I've done 8K steps already. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Yo, so I'm going to share with you what a day looks like for me. And basically this is done through my dashboard. This is the thing that's holding me accountable every single day. This is literally what you're seeing here is more or less what a day looks like for me every day. The only thing you're not seeing on this signal is the product aspect, which is what I do is if I was doing training, for example, I'll try and batch that together. So let's say there was training I need to do for the academy, which is what I'm building at the moment. I'm building an academy for all of my clients to have access to all the training, everything. Basically, it's the best way to describe the ADHD Digital Academy is copy me, copy what I did, right? Copy how I grew my IG, copy how I built my school community, copy how I'm using YouTube and IG and how I'm navigate my day, like copy me, right? That's basically what it is, right? So there's a bunch of training that I need to share people on mindset and how to show up and be consistent, all this stuff, right? So that's what that is about. And whenever this is in Signal, it's because basically most of my day is blocked out for just recording. I just did a massive, like long ass recording of everything. And then obviously, yeah, once it's done, then obviously I'll just put it in the classroom area, right? So as my day looks today, right, I'm going to break down my full day. The first thing I'm going to be doing is like number 1 on the list is school DMs, right? So I'm going to turn that from Signal to the one thing, right? That now goes up here. This is the only thing that should be open on my tabs, nothing else, right? I only focus on the DMs. And how I navigate with that is there's people that have obviously responded to my message maybe that I'm going to go through. Someone has answered a poll and I've said, oh, thank you for answering the poll. Tell me a bit more about why you answered that in that way, or how you getting on in the community, like since you've joined, like stuff like that, right? Just checking in on the members, like how you getting on, right? How's the course going? You liking it, enjoying it so far? Like that's what spark conversation means to me, right? Someone that I might have spoke to maybe 3 months ago. Hey, how you getting on, man? It's been a long time since we spoke, man. Just checking how you getting on. Like, what's new? Like, so that's what spark conversation means to me, right? And it's under a project type connection, right? Connection is the first thing I should be doing in my day as a work activity, right? And it should be a a deep work session. What you can see here, it says 55-5 method, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing 55 minutes of this, what I just explained to you now. No distractions, no phone, nothing, like just this, right? And I'm going to do all of that as efficiently as possible with my sounds on. I'm going to put the timer on Endel. I've got this app called Endel where it has these sounds that I really like listening to while I'm doing my deep work. And I'll just be having conversations with people in the DMs, for that hour, 55 minutes, and then 5 minutes to reflect on how that went. Maybe there's a conversation that went really well and I liked how it flowed. And I'll be like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to do that from now. Like, I'm going to kind of start the conversation like that. Or this person that I spoke to today, I've really learned a lot from that conversation I had with them. And I noticed that a lot of people keep using this word or this thing. And not only that, it helps me to create content as well, right? So those conversations I'm having, I'm likely going to turn into a content piece, right? So that's another reason why it's important for me to do these. Then obviously after that, once I finish that, I'll tick it off. Obviously it will then be, you know, in a done folder or honored, right? And then I'll go to the next thing. The next thing is obviously IG DMs, doing the same thing I did on school, but on IG instead. And then after that, it'd be voice notes, sending voice notes to, hey, like, seen you just join the community. Oh, just seen your comment on this, or just seen that you've opted into this, like, but sending voice notes, right? And then after this, I'm going to have a moment to do conversations with people who have responded straight away, maybe. And I'll just start having a conversation with, the people that have responded within the window of time that I'm doing this. And then of course, some of them are, going to tell me their situation and I'm going to learn more about them. And if I think that it's worth having a call with someone to help them with their constraint that they're going through right now, I will offer them a call. And if they say yes to it, of course, I'll send my calendar, right? Not just anyone. I'm not just sending my calendar to random people. Like, it's someone who I feel like, oh, sounds like you've got a big constraint there. And you want to get here. Let's have a talk about this for 30 minutes and just see how I can get you to take action on this. And then of course, on the call, there's going to be an option of either me helping them with that constraint that they have and the outcome that they want, or just taking my advice on what I think they should do now. And that's what the call is about. The call is really just to see if I can help them. And some people I just can't help them because they're not there. They're not there mentally, or it's not urgent enough for them, right? Or they are stubborn, or they just, can't see, that they can get out of this hole, or, you know, like, there's many reasons, right? But basically how I qualify someone is that they really want to deal with this problem now and they really want to work on it. They just need someone to give them guidance, like step-by-step guidance, hold their hand as they're doing the stuff. That's basically my role, right? And I charge for my time for me doing that, right? And I don't think that's unfair, because people go to a 9 to 5 and do fucking 8 hours a day in a fucking job that's fucking shit and gives them no fucking return on their investment at all. And they're happy doing that. So I feel like obviously this is what my job is, right? So yeah, basically that's how I deal with the first part of my day. It has to be connection. Connection has to be prioritized. The only way I won't, and it's still a connection thing, right? So I'm always going to be doing connection. And what connection means is I'm either going to connect with a client, or I'm going to connect with someone on a call who's booked a sales call, for example, a roadmap call. And if it's not any of those two, and then it's going to be me doing this in the DMs, right? And then after that, obviously, I've got my long form challenge that I'm doing right now. This is one of them. Of course, today's one, day 16. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do my reel. And I'm going to do my carousel, and I'm going to try and do those in a space of an hour, right? Those 3. And then these are 2 client calls. Obviously, these client calls are 45 minutes to an hour each. And, yeah, and that's one of Katie and one Bobby. So that's my day. And in between that, of course, there's a walk that I'm going to have to do later this afternoon. There's drinking water throughout my day. There's having lunch with my partner, and, we're currently watching, it's called Blue Therapy. It's a really good show from the UK, and it's obviously couples therapy. And, it's really good to watch because, obviously you see some similarities in some couples, and then, you know, we get to see that and hear how the constraint got dealt with by the therapist and stuff. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah, we're watching that together in the afternoons, on my lunch. And yeah, at 7 o'clock, I have family time, and I spend time with my family. I have dinner, and I try to go to bed between 9 and 10. And I try to have no phone between 7 when I finish work until 9 when I've dropped my daughter off to the bus stop. And then that's when I will obviously maybe check how my day's looking, like, okay, what's coming up ahead or whatever, and start my day, what you're seeing here. So yeah, I hope that's been valuable. But yeah, you got an insight in my day. And then obviously in the 55-5, there's 5-minute window, right? And to reflect. And what I do is I just go to my FBI journal, I open it, and the reflection is added here. So if there was any friction whatsoever in any of the things that I've just shown up there, I'll add them here, and any blessings, like anything that works really well, I'll collect here. And then, like, obviously I can set like an implementation or an intention moving forward based on these 2. And that's literally it. That's literally my life. And that is me going for my goal of, I'm not going to say the metric, the number, but if I just keep doing this, I'm going to be a millionaire by next year, basically. right? It's really that simple. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. Take care. Peace.